Good morning, learners. My name is Sandra L Ngwenya, and I am a tutor at Apex Academy. I am going to take you through with our tourism lesson for the day. All right, as I had introduced myself, my name is Sandra Ngwenya, and I am going to take you through our tourism grade 10 lesson. We are going to focus on the topic tourist attraction. South Africa is a large country with many different exciting things to see and many places to go to. When planning a trip in South Africa, it is important to know what the different provinces have to offer. As we all know, South Africa has 9 official provinces with 9 that are situated in and spread throughout the whole of South Africa. And these provinces have a lot to offer us in terms of the tourist attractions. Each of South Africa's 9 provinces offers a great variety of attractions. Some attractions include both primary and secondary attractions and are more popular than others. People will visit a province to see these attractions, and while they are there, they will also visit other attractions. It is my wish that when we are done with this lesson, you, probably with family or with friends, start planning on visiting one of the beautiful attractions of tourism in South Africa as a tourism student, so you are able to relate to the lessons that we are having. So throughout the different provinces, your Western Cape, your Eastern Cape, Northern Cape, Free State, KwaZulu-Natal, Mpumalanga, Northwest, Limpopo, Gauteng, all these provinces have different attractions that attract both national and international tourists all over the world. We have got examples of the Sea Point in Cape Town. We have got your in Johannesburg, you have got your Gold Reef City. You have quite a lot of these attractions. And as we continue with our lesson, you will find out more and you will discover that some of these attractions that you probably looked down upon actually attract foreigners from places like the United States of America for historical purposes, and for education purposes. All right, so we are going to look at our very own province. We are in the Gauteng province. So Gauteng is one of the 9 provinces of South Africa, and the name Gauteng is a Sotho-Tswana derived name, and it simply means a place of gold. And some of you would remember from your history lessons, as you all know, Johannesburg was a place of gold. People used to come from different places, different countries to come and mine gold. So it became very easy for the name Gauteng to come about and actually be an official name for the province. So Gauteng is situated on the high veld, and Gauteng is actually the smallest province by land area in South Africa. Funny enough, it holds quite a lot of the biggest population in South Africa currently, and over the years as it kept building on with people coming from different places for work purposes. And as you know, where there's work, there's businesses that end up growing, and it attracted quite a lot of number of people. And there are many opportunities in Johannesburg, and this keeps attracting people. The history of Gauteng is quite interesting, as you have learned since your grade 5 history. coming up to tourism now, and you will continue to learn more about the Gauteng province and its beautiful history and its beautiful opportunities and its attractions as we are discussing today. Gauteng has a wide variety of attractions, including museums, parks, historical sites, waterfalls, townships, and a wide range of activities offered at the different attractions. It is one of as a tourism teacher, I have also taken an initiative to try and, at least by now, I've traveled about 3/4 of the attractions that are in Gauteng. So I relate better because I have seen them and I've experienced them. And my advice to you is that you do the same through school trips, through just going out with friends, or just being with your families. The facts about Gauteng, they are actually, this is a very beautiful fact. So as you all know, we have 11 official languages in South Africa. And all those languages are being spoken in Gauteng and more. So you will find your Zulu people here, you will find your Xhosas, Sothos, South African Sothos, and the ones that are from Lesotho. You'll find the Swatas, both from Swaziland and from South Africa. You will find Tswanas, you will find Ndebeles, you will find all Afrikaners, all those languages that are spoken widely in South Africa, and many more, because Gauteng has a large number of locals, by locals meaning South Africans. There's also a large number of foreigners. So we also have your Nigerians here, we have your Zambians, many people from very beautiful different African countries and internationally. The other fact about Gauteng is that its main airport is OR Tambo International Airport. And probably some of you have been to the airport, some of you have used the airport, traveling to see friends and relatives. And this, I'm sure you know about the other airports, the likes of your Lanseria. However, these are not like the main, even in structure, they are like very small compared to the OR Tambo International Airport. So in Gauteng, you also find the different attractions such as the Cradle of Humankind, which is quite a World Heritage Site. So it is known, it is loved. I remember also when I was in high school, I went there for a school trip. It was the best experience of my life. And at the time I told myself, I am still going to be a tour guide. And well, life happens. I am now a tourism teacher, which is still fine. We have places such as your Hatterspot Dam. We have got activities, beautiful activities that are offered in these places. We've got your Kruger National Park, which stretches almost all the way from Limpopo, coming down Mpumalanga, which is a very great attraction because it's a natural attraction, and you find different animals in those places, which is very fascinating for tourists. And this means we then, as a country, attract different tourists from different places. So we will then look at the different tourist attractions that we have in Gauteng. We'll just have a few of them, and then we'll just discuss just 2 of them. So we've got the Cradle of Humankind, we have got your Apartheid Museum, we have got your Constitution Hill, your Gold Reef City, the Hector Peterson Museum, Victoria National Botanical Gardens, Monte Cassino. All these areas are found right here in Johannesburg, and they carry the history, some of the South African history that is not just limited to South Africa, but internationally, especially your cradle of humankind. The Constitutional Hill holds the pride of South Africa, if I can put it that way. It holds it has a lot to say about our history, where we are coming from, where we are and where we are going, what happened when, why it happened, how did it used to happen. We've got your Gold Reef City, where they offer different activities, where there's also a mini casino there, museums, botanical gardens, people go there to refresh and have some quality time with family in a very beautiful natural environment. Monte Cassino, you know how the gambling department plays a huge role in the tourism industry. And this is found also in Monte Cassino. All right, we will look at the Constitution Hill. The Constitution Hill portrays the intriguing and at times tragic story of actual South African history, a past rife with social, cultural, and political injustices. This is also a triumphant one, as South Africa reclaimed its independence and now safeguards the rights and dignity of all citizens. At Constitution Hill, the journey to the state of liberty is traced and brought to life through a variety of tours and exhibitions. To those that have been to the Constitutional Hill, you will agree with me that as you get to the place, the feel, the aura of the place will take you right back in the days when it was still called Number 4. And as I've just read, that it is quite intriguing. It is at times a tragic experience. It is a past life which has your social and cultural political injustices, and you find that some people are still holding on to that. Some people are still hurt about the injustices that used to take place in this place. However, where most of our heroes and heroines come from, which is the Constitutional Hill, where they spent times being punished there, where they had experienced most of the pain, all because they were fighting for the freedom of the country. And here we are today, we stand as a proud country, and very thankful to our heroes and heroines that stood and fought. As a result, today, Constitutional Hill, it reminds us of the independence that was gained, independence that was safeguarded at some point by our parents in the past days. Johannesburg is Gauteng's metropolitan epicenter and has played a significant role in the country's history and heritage. The Constitution Court is housed here, and it was built on the site of the old Fort Prison Complex, Number 4. The courthouse is still one of the city's most important historical sites. It also has a unique architectural style that distinguishes it, making it a fitting emblem of democracy. This is how the left picture is the Constitutional Hill on the outside, and on my right those are the tiny prisons that people used to be put in, being punished, being brutally treated, and the history is tragic. It's traumatizing to a certain extent. However, this is part of the attractions. People learn more about our history through these attractions. People come all the way from overseas to come and learn our history. Constitutional Hill even has a an age limit that is given, because being there can actually really traumatize you. So be warned. However, do get to know your history so that you know where you are going. We also have the Nelson Mandela Bridge. Most of you don't have to pay anything for this one. You don't have to struggle to get here. It's close to one of the well-known taxi ranks in Johannesburg, which is your pre-taxi rank. And most people board their taxis at the pre-taxi rank, which is right next to the Nelson Mandela Bridge. The Nelson Mandela Bridge is South Africa's longest cable-stayed bridge. It is right at the beginning of Jan Smuts Avenue and connects the Constitutional Hill Precinct in Braamfontein to the Cultural Precinct in Newtown at the heart of the city's inner city renewal effort. The Nelson Mandela Bridge, which was officially opened by Nelson Mandela himself, cost 38 million rands to build and took 2 years to complete. It spans 40 railway lines. It has got a beautiful bridge, and somebody would wonder why call it the Nelson Mandela Bridge. You know, Mandela freed us 1994. We got our freedom, and we will forever be grateful for him and the other guys that fought for our freedom. The bridge includes 2 lanes of traffic, 2 pedestrian pathways, and a bicycle lane. And it's a ride worth taking because of the remarkably diversity of artworks that adorn the buildings that the bridge passes across. The city has some 65 artworks in total decorating its buildings. The Nelson Mandela Bridge at night, most beautiful bridge ever, most beautiful piece of art that you might ever come across. You can tell that it was planned, it was done with proper planning and with proper reason. This is how the Nelson Mandela Bridge looks. Very beautiful, beautiful infrastructure. Just thought you would see the picture and wish to visit if you've never been there, but I know most of you can relate. All right, so this marks the end of our lesson today. Any questions, any comments about the today's lesson, the attractions that we spoke about? Please feel free to ask any questions. Please feel free to comment, to add, or to subtract. Today's classwork will be just 2 questions. So the first question will be, draw a table indicating the natural attractions in the Western Cape in the first, and in the second column indicate the variety of activities tourists can engage in at each of these natural attractions. So just a correction, please do the attractions for Gauteng, because this is the province that you are in. Second question, you are appointed as a tour guide. Let's say you are appointed as a tour guide on Constitution Hill. You are presented with a group of grade 10s whom you will take on a 2-hour tour of the Constitutional Hill. Write a short script or do a PowerPoint presentation on how you will introduce yourself. Also include the brief history of the Constitution Hill, what to expect while on the tour, responsible behavior while on the tour of the Constitution Hill. So this would mean that you go into your textbook, read more about the Constitutional Hill, and be in a position to be able to answer those questions in the next 30 minutes. And when we come back, you then leave your textbooks and your work, and make sure you scan and you email me, and we will take it from there. Otherwise, this marks the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for participating. Thank you very much for coming through. See you on our next session. For now, it is a goodbye from me. Thank you very much.